Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Resistance, welcome yourselves back to Through the Darkest of Times. We are jumping right on in to chapter numero 3. Not entirely sure what 3 is in German, but that's okay. It doesn't particularly matter. Right, so, chapter 2, I mean, it was a mixed bag. It was a mixed bag. There were some story elements, which I skipped through. I'm very sorry for doing that. I won't do it again. There were some story elements that we skipped through, but I don't really feel like we managed to accomplish as much as we probably could have. And I want to address that in this here chapter. So, there's been a couple of updates to the game that make, as you can see, I just hovered over the Meet with Conservatives icon, and as you can see, all of the icons now are tied together in this sort of web, which is really, really nice. So immediately, like straight off the bat, we can see what are the icons that are going to allow us to do the most with our people. I mean, this is a really good one. Meet a friend in order to set up a workshop. I mean, that's something that we've got to do straight off the bat from the very start. We need to get that set up. Right, you've got 100%. You do not have 100%. You're pretty good, actually. Yeah, so let's confirm Frida to go and do this. We're gonna do that. Yeah, so what do we want to do? Well, we want to try and unlock as many story options as we possibly can in order to try and get one of these massive, like, end game missions done. Now, just hovering over all of the end game missions, I can immediately tell. Yeah, there's 3 of them, and we're going to need 3 army uniforms for each and every one of these things. We're also going to need 3 intel for these 2 missions, and we're also going to need a truck for this here mission, which is totally fine. I'm once again going to tweak this music volume because it's just the sound in this game is particularly poorly balanced, but there's nothing very much that I can do about that, I'm afraid. So yes, let's talk about where we're going to start things off. Well, I mean, we've already started off meeting a friend, which I think is probably a pretty darn good way to go about doing things. Meet a former unionist. What is that gonna open up? That's gonna open up further down the road to smuggle books. We'll be able to get a pack of books. A pack of books transpired as fairly important last time in the last chapter, so that might be something that we want to do. Write slogans on the walls, meeting a priest, and convince our supporters friends. Okay, cool. The thing is, in this chapter, I want to be much more bold. I want to give all of the missions a chance. I'm not like over the moon with how passively I've been playing, so we're gonna try and just sort of throw a lot more luck into the equation, so to speak. You're not great. You're not great. You're not great either. You're not great. You're even worse. Right, you know, sure, let's go for that. And then let's go for... You're just dreadful, aren't you? No. I'm just looking for something which is appropriate for you to do. Meet an official? Sure, you know what? Let's meet an official. That's fine. So everyone is going to be busy out doing something. We might gain a couple of supporters, but at the end of the day, I need to focus less on supporters, less on finances, and just more on just getting stuff done if I want to get those end game missions completed, which is exactly what I want to try and accomplish. We're going to push through absolutely every encounter that we possibly can, so we're going to enforce on every encounter. We're not going to burn any army uniforms. We're not going to burn anything. We're not going to flee. We are just going to, you know, we're going to take the arrest if indeed we get arrested. Will introduce us to conservatives who are opposed to Hitler and his regime. I just said the word. I shouldn't have said the word. I was so caught up in speaking that I didn't even realize. Okay. Right. So what I think we're going to do for all future encounters is I'm going to sort of explain my reasoning behind what I'm picking. I'm not going to skip through. I'm not going to randomly click. We're going to take it nice and easy, but I'm not going to read things out. So I'm going to leave that down to you, but I'm going to be reading. I'm going to be reading through and assessing the options. And so, you know, you can read along with me. We can have like a little read along together, which is wonderful. Let's offer to help, shall we? I mean, I feel like a fairly helpful person. Let's offer to help. Acquiring such a nice garden in times like this must have been hard. It wasn't easy. Okay, great. When do you have to be back at the front? He's wearing his uniform tomorrow. Tomorrow already. Where are you stationed? Are you still in France? I'm not going back to France, but to a secret destination. All vacations have been cancelled. Is this the 1941 invasion of the Soviet Union? Do you have any idea what they're planning? Now eat. Take a seat opposite. I don't even know how to say this guy's name. Volker? I guess? Thank you, Anne. This looks really delicious. Klaus can have my sausage. There we go. Wonderful. What's up with this secret destination? What is happening in France? How are things in France? Independent France with its exiled government, but the eyes of the Wehrmacht. I think that's how you say it. France has been defeated without outside help. It won't do anywhere. It won't go anywhere. But Paris will always stay Paris, won't it? Indeed it will. There we go. It's occupied. It's still Paris, but it's dominated by our troops, our police, our secret police. I think back to the beautiful day in Paris I had in the summer of 1936. Oh yes, I remember it so well. Yikes. How does it affect the lives of Parisians? Clubs play the music the Germans want to listen to. In theaters, they perform the plays the Germans want to see. And even the brothels. He looks at his wife. So I have heard. A little awkward. I see. What I would like to know is, what is up with this secret destination? Where do they send you, I ask? What is this secret destination? What do you think? There are rumors. What do these rumors say? Some will say we will attack Russia. I called it. I called it. Really? Makes sense on one hand, but let's continue our conversation later. Okay. Of course. Not now, I'm full. I do feel like after a wonderful spread like this, I would be very full. Reluctantly, Elias gets up and joins Klaus and Elizabeth. Have more coffee. Sure, just a dabble more coffee. It was hot, it was sticky, and it took ages. I really miss going by car. At least they still let us use the trains. Won't be long until they ban us from using the trains too. Have we met before? Don't you live on the other side of the street? They do now. They used to work together as bookkeepers as Schmid and Shui. When did you move to this area? We didn't move, we were forced to move. It's been 2 years now. We're Jews, we had to leave our house in 1938 and forced to move into what they call a Jew apartment. That must have been tough. I mean, look, this is gonna get pretty bad. You have every right to be angry. Oh no. What happened? He hit me. Oh no. Let the parents handle this. This seems like an issue that parents should probably handle rather than a guest who's just over for lunch. Stay out of it. Stay out of it. What happened? Keep listening. I don't want to keep listening. I feel like this is an invasion of the family's sort of... Ooh, okay, alright. Please accept my apology and be sure that this is not the way I raised my son. I mean, I don't feel like I really want to take a side here. I mean, this seems really, really grim. What do I do? I mean, do I back Volker, somebody who slapped his son, for hitting a Jewish child? Or I mean, alright. That is a pretty nasty state of affairs. I don't know who you are. Okay, this is not good. This is not good. Klaus, you're not winning any favors. Look up at the sky and hundreds of thousands of airplanes flying into one direction. There's no warning because these are ours. Where are they going? East. Something is happening, something big. Meet an official who knows more about something. That was a French flag on an embassy right there. Right, well, that garden party, I feel, was a bit of a waste of time, to be honest. When I arrive at our meeting, the others are reminiscing. Do you guys remember the Summer Olympics? I miss those days. It was before the war began. Berlin seems so somber. There is no going back. End of scene. Well, I mean, I'm sorry that I had to, you know, get real with a little bit of a downer, but it's true. Right. Well, it seems like our previous round of bits and bobs was pretty successful. Write slogans on the wall. That will allow me to open up the opportunity to set up a workshop. So I think maybe just maybe, let's give that a crack, shall we? There we go. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, let's confirm that. That'll be three people. We want to spread books. So how are we going to acquire some books? I mean, that's buying paint. Not particularly interested in that. Sell books. Spread books. Spread leaflets. Contact a priest. I mean, that wouldn't be too dodgy. We could lose 3 intel. We could lose 3 intel and gain a critical bit of intel, which seems like a pretty good thing to do. Can buy paint. Print leaflets. I need to buy books. Print books. What do I need in order to print books? I need, well, obviously I need the workshop. I need I need a stack of paper, and I need intel. Well, I don't have any intel at this moment in time. So I have no way, really, of gaining books unless I decide to smuggle them. I guess maybe I should talk to the workers, see if they're able to hook me up. I don't love any of these odds, but, I mean, I need to get access to book smuggling. That's for sure. So let's give that a shot. And then contact a priest. We can indeed contact a priest. That'll allow us to talk to the Christian community. Sure. I mean, we do need supporters in the early game anyway, so that is kind of important that we get that done. I feel like meeting a former unionist as well would also be pretty darn helpful, because that will allow us to meet with conservatives, and then we'll be able to smuggle books again. So the more books we're able to get together, the sooner we're going to be able to do whatever it is that we need to do. What is it? The buy intel. No, hold on. We need to buy intel as well. Okay, we need to get that done. How do I do this? Meet with an official? We're just missing spread books. Okay, so we need books for pretty much everything, as far as I'm aware, over the course of this level, which is fine. I'm completely happy with that. We lost 1 supporter. We got 4 marks. Ugh, whatever. I've not really needed to use any marks yet at all. Brilliant. Priest is a good person to have on side. Fantastic. A very, very good number of supporters. Don't mind if I do. Enforce. The witness leaves. Yeah, she's been seen. That sucks, but, I mean, it is what it is. Former unionist. Brilliant. Okay, so, as it turns out, a whole bunch of extra supporters. That is wonderful. Right. Incensed. This is the Reichstag fire all over again. What is so unfair? Broken the truth to Stalin and invaded Russia. They're back to persecuting the communists again, and now my father is in jail for no reason. Give him 50 marks. Sure. We will help with that. Right, so I lose 50 marks, which is a bit of a bummer. It says that I gain 50 marks, but I'm pretty sure that I've lost 50 marks. No, I've gained 50 marks. Alright. Not entirely convinced I know how that worked out. Setting up a workshop. Why indeed is this not a possibility? We just need to stick somebody in here. Well, why don't I stick Siegfried in here, since he's basically a wanted individual at this moment in time. Smuggling books as well. This is a level 5 event. Calm. Yeah, don't love the success chance of this, but we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot. We'll see how it goes. Meet a former unionist. Contact a forced laborer. Buying paint. I mean, paint is good. I do want paint. Meet a former unionist. Spread leaflets. Will spread leaflets allow us to gain anything? An industrial parking lot and able to buy intel. I think meeting a former unionist is absolutely incredible. So let's go and do that. Not a hugely productive turn. However, I'm kind of banking on getting at least one book. I mean, we are going to get at least one book from this encounter. So touch wood that this is fine. Right. Those who aren't serving in the army must help the war effort in other ways. Good morning. We'll be collecting together this morning. We walked to our first apartment, but I'm trying to hide my discomfort. He's perceptive. Asking these people for money is uncomfortable for me. It doesn't feel right to keep asking people for more. Wartime is hard for everyone, but we're already here, so let's make the best of it, shall we? Let's begin. They give us a blanket and a bit of money. Okay. That was a good start. I've been doing this a long time. I've been serving this country for a long time. Most people are friendly to us. Some are annoyed. He takes it all in his stride. Ask him what he thinks of the war. Because I fought in the last war, and like I said, it's hard on everyone. Do you feel like there's any similarity between the two wars? No. Technology has completely changed everything. Invading Russia is a mistake. It's not just because we're fighting on multiple fronts. Was the fighting terrible? I'd rather not go into detail, my friend. It was hideous, to be frank. I'm glad we met. It was a pleasure to meet you. His words still ring in my ears. What if the war goes on for years? Well, with the benefit of hindsight, we all know that the war does go on for years, which is pretty grim. But I guess the whole game is titled Through the Darkest of Times, and I guess these are the darkest of times. Right. We get one book. Little bit of an irritation there, but, I mean, that is what it is. Can't really do anything about that. I have somebody who needs our help. Child of a friend of mine was diagnosed with epilepsy in the neck, and the doctors want to send her to one of their atrocious racial hygiene hospitals. I don't know a lot about these hospitals, but I do know what the bad guys think about sick people. We can hide them. We'll do what we can. Find a hideout for the family. Find a hideout for the family. It's a high risk thing to do, but I mean, we might just be okay. I say it's a high risk thing to do. It just requires 2 people. Alright, let's put you and you in. Sure. I'm not entirely convinced that the heat will make that much of a difference on this encounter, so that's cool. What have we got? Investigate deadly weapon. That'll give us an opportunity to steal a weapon. That's brilliant. That is brilliant. Meet a former unionist. Buying paint. I mean, we are very, very wealthy right now. I feel like I should start drawing down on some of my contacts. But not yet, I don't think. Not yet. Talk to the Christian community. We can set up a hideout. Okay. I mean, that sounds good. Collect donations. Spandau. Steal a truck. Oh, brilliant. I need to spread leaflets in order to do that. Okay, well, I think that we should go and... That says that we're buying paint. However, that looks like a little bit of a bug. And instead, I think we will, in fact, steal paper. Or at least buy paper. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I think we'll just confirm to buy paper in order to spread leaflets. Because now we can manufacture leaflets in our... Oh my goodness. Do we only get one singular leaflet? We get one single leaflet. Alright, well that kind of sucks. I was kind of relying on getting a little bit more than that. But I guess that's okay. Hopefully we're able to find a hideout for the family. Brilliant. Clerk returns with 4 bits of paper. Right, well, I mean, that is what it is. Nightclub I used to go to was closed. There are barely any places left. It's sad to see how joyless a place Berlin has come. We will dance the night away once the enemy have been defeated. Have a party. I mean, we could have a party, but my morale is in a fine place at this here moment in time. Stealing a weapon. I feel like stealing a weapon is just not really necessary. Setting up a hideout is good. Printing books. No, I want to print leaflets in order to... Oh, get a fake passport. That's kind of useful. Spread books. I mean, we've got one singular book. How do I unlock this? Yeah, we should go and at least meet with the conservatives. And you're ready to level up. Oh, that's brilliant. Okay, let's get your secrecy up. And let's get your empathy up. Sure. Right, you go meet with the conservatives just by yourself. That's totally fine. So that's going to unlock the opportunity to smuggle some more books. We need to spread a whole bunch of books in order to just unlock the ability to go anywhere or do anything. I mean, I'd love to get a fake passport, but I don't need any passports, actually. I need a truck. So I guess we should spread our leaflets over here, or at least try to spread our leaflets over here. I don't need to collect donations at the moment. I'm actually fine for money. I guess we'll just try to buy some more paint. So we basically need 15. We need 15 paper in order to get the 3 leaflets that we need to spread over here. So I guess we'll just try and get some more paper. Is there any other place that we can get paper at all? I don't think so. I just need to devote so many resources to getting this flippin' paper, but I guess it's got to be done, right? It's just got to be done. Meet a friend, convince our friends, supporters. No. Talk to Christian community. Let's give it a shot. I mean, it's not going to be brilliant, but I guess we'll try. If we write slogans on the wall over here, that's not going to make any difference to anything. In fact, I don't think we need any more paint at all. We literally just need leaflets, and we need books as well. Have a party. I'm not going to do that. That's just silly. Collect donations. Why don't we collect donations, actually? Yeah, let's do that. I mean, again, not super productive, not super time productive, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, a little bit irritated that we go below 40 supporters, but, I mean, what can we really do about that? Oh, it's the motherload of paper that we've been looking for. Oh, that's delightful. Okay, how much money? I mean, that is brilliant. That is absolutely brilliant. The return on investment for sending one person over there, that is fantastic. Right. Enforce. Whoever's got the suspicions calms down. Brilliant. And 8 people as well. I mean, don't mind if I do. It's raining lightly. Air is still warm as I walk to the movies for my secret meeting. 1 ticket, please. Sit at the back. It's still easy enough to find a seat with some distance to the other moviegoers. Look around. Someone takes a seat beside me and says, "Don't turn around." Turn around. "I told you not to," says a woman who looks familiar, despite her headscarf and glasses. I've met this woman before. It's Hannah. I met her in Paris in 1936. She was trying to convince me to work with the Soviets. Seeing her now working as a Soviet agent doesn't come as a surprise. Happiness is for everyone. Good to see you again. I've never met you before, and I've never been to Paris. I didn't ask her about Paris. Sure, I understand. His campaign in the East is very different from the one in France. People need to be told about this. How is it different? This is not a war in which soldiers fight each other. This is a war against the Red Army and against all civilians. People in Germany need to learn about this. What have you seen? I was part of a Red Army squad. We were defending a village, but we didn't stand a chance against the Wehrmacht. I managed to escape, but the rest of my squad was taken prisoner. What happened to them? Okay. Did they interrogate them? The officer pulled his pistol, stood behind each prisoner, and shot them in the head one by one. That's horrible. This was just the regular Wehrmacht. There was no SS. How did you survive? I waited for the soldiers to leave the village, then secretly followed the German troops eastward. I was hoping to get to the front to reunite with my troops. What else did you see? Came through a settlement where an old man and his wife were hung from a tree. The Germans had put a sign around their neck to warn the others never to cooperate with the partisans. You must be mistaken. Even the Wehrmacht has a code of honor. I came to a village that seemed to be entirely empty. At first I thought the villagers had all fled, but they hadn't fled. They were all still there. Where were they? I found them in a pit nearby. They'd shot them all and thrown them in a dirt hole. All of them. I don't know what to say. They tried to burn the bodies, but the damp weather foiled them. I went through the pile to see if there were any survivors. It was awful. It reeked of burned flesh and decay. I threw up several times. It is true. This is not a regular war. This is not like France. These troops have not come to conquer and rule. They have come to annihilate. Their enemies aren't just the soldiers. What is the purpose of this? This has always been his goal. He wants to exterminate the Slavs and the Jews, to rid the East of all subhumans, to create a home for his Aryan race. Oh boy. Oh boy. What can I do? What can I do? We need to prove that this was ordered from above, that this is systematic. If you manage to find the official order and put it in the right hands, it might change the course of the war. You mean America would join the war if they knew? I need to go now. Contact me through the usual means if you learn anything. Leave the cinema. Finding the order could change everything, not only for us, but for the entire world. Well, there we go. She wants us to bring her critical intel to prove that the crimes actually happened. Oh boy. Your brother disappeared? He was drafted into the army, and just like that, he was gone. I'm sorry your brother was sent into the war. Right. Okay. We got a whole bunch of paper. We can start printing leaflets in order to try and steal a truck. We also need to try and steal an army uniform. And in order to do that, we need to spread books. Ugh, boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Right, smuggling books. Let's try and smuggle those books. Let's do it. Let's get you and you and yeah, we'll get you. Okay, guess we're not taking a club with us. There we go. Between 1 and 2 books, or between 2 and 3 books. I mean, the chance of getting between 2 and 3 books is... That's perfect. That's not something that we can really turn down, so I'm gonna take that. That's real good. How much money does that leave us with? 55. Okay, that's fine too. Meet a former unionist. That will allow us to write slogans on the wall. Contact forced labor. Help organizing a strike. I mean, that sounds kind of interesting, kind of fun. I think I need to make leaflets though. And that'll get us between 2 and 3 leaflets. Okay, between 2 and 3 leaflets for a 5 stack of paper. I mean, I thought we were only going to be making 1 leaflet, but I guess 2 is just fantastic. So let's give that a shot. I don't understand why that's a suspicious activity, given that it's going to be undertaken in my own workshop. But there we go. That is what it is. What else can I do? I can buy paint, or I could go and buy some more leaflets. Maybe I'll try and organize a strike. Yeah, you know what? Let's try and organize a strike. So we'll get the first part of that mission underway. We lost 2 supporters, gained a bunch of money. That's fine. Donations should keep us going for a while. Let's enforce. I mean, why not? Whoever's got the suspicion calms down. Gives us access to an area where forced laborers are kept. Cool. Contacts prisoners of war. Brilliant. Enforce. We're going to enforce absolutely every single time. 3 leaflets. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That's brilliant. And we should come away with, what, 2 books? Oh, fantastic. Okay, literally, I don't think we could have asked for anything better. Why there seems to be so much less vitality here. All of our young men are gone. There's no one walking around, studying, flirting, or falling in love. They've all been drafted and sent to war. Whole generation has been sent away. It's true. It's very true, and it's very sad. Right, so, convinced forced laborers, that will allow us to destroy some very bad symbols. Help organizing a strike, or convince forced laborers. Both are kind of high risk, so that's something to keep in mind. Destroy the symbols will allow us to document war crimes. Oh, yeah. And that will get us intel. Not critical intel, though, so that's a little disappointing. Gain access to an industrial parking lot. I mean, that's something that we definitely need to do. We can spread leaflets over here in order to unlock an army uniform. We can spread books over here. And we can spread books over here. Sell books. I don't want to sell books. Okay, this is not a path that interests me. The rest of the paths I am very, very much interested in. I'm not going to undertake any operations in this area because, I mean, it's pretty, you know, it's pretty heavily focused on by the police and the soldiers at the moment. So let's avoid that entirely. I would quite like to set up a hideout. Yeah, that straight up would be pretty darn good. What are the chances that I'm able to finance this whole operation? Let's try and spread the leaflets over here. How many leaflets do I have? I got 3 leaflets. Next turn, I'm going to try and make a bunch more. I'd love to get 3 leaflets. That would be, I mean, that would just be fantastic. Let's leave it with that. Sure. I might send Frida to the hideout, but probably not, to be honest. Smuggle books. I don't even need to smuggle books, to be honest. What am I doing? Let's just spread the books. I mean, it is going to be an intensely risky operation. Even if I take you out of here, it's still going to be... It's still going to be real risky. Why don't I try then? I'll send you... There we go. I'll send you alone to go and talk to the Christian community. And then you guys can just... In fact, you alone can just chill up in the hideout. It is going to cost me a little bit of money. Then... meet a friend, and we'll do all of that. Okay, brilliant. Right, let's see how this goes. I'm hoping for a pretty successful turn. She feels much safer than before. Brilliant. Spread the leaflets. Gain a few extra supporters. Don't mind if I do. 16 supporters is pretty darn good if I do say so myself. We meet a friend. We enforce. You know, it's standard sort of stuff now. Brilliant. A little bit of extra morale as well. We're doing fine from morale. Let's enforce. There we go. Okay, brilliant. 22 extra supporters. I hear the laughter before I enter the room. Do you want to invite him to join us? He's a pretty reckless guy. His wife is the only reason he's not in prison. If he needs a hideout or a new passport, we can help him. Alright. I don't know what that means for us, but it's something at least. Okay, the police are still in this area, which is not good. Not good at all. Frida, I mean, you are still super freaking hot. Like, you are pretty intensely not suitable for working in the field. I mean, I don't hate that, actually. Yeah, I don't hate that at all. Gain access to an industrial parking lot, and that will give us the opportunity to steal a truck. Let's get those... Let's go those in motion. Set up a hideout. I want to set up a hideout. Why don't we go and collect some donations over here? You're the Catholic conservative. It's going to get us a substantial amount of money. Basically bumps. Yeah, okay, that's really good. Let's do that. And then that will probably gain us a whole bunch of extra money as well. Okay, so I know I said that I didn't really want to, you know, spend much time on the finances. However, we do need it, and it'll give me the opportunity to set up a hideout, I hope. I'm going to enforce. Whoever's got the suspicion cams down. 41 flipping marks. That's pretty darn good. Right. Enforce. Someone's getting suspicious. Whoever's got the suspicion cams down. I don't think we've ever had somebody who's had a suspicion who hasn't calmed down. Oh, yeah. That's pretty darn good. Uh-oh. Is this Frida? Are we going to have to bust Frida out? I knew it. I knew it was Frida. Right. Things got too hot. What happened? They claim to be with the Secret Service. They want to work with us. You're right. This is huge. We could really do some damage. Right. We need to break Frida out, which is, I mean, a little bit of a bummer. Gotta be real, but it's gotta be done. It's absolutely gotta be done. Now, we can steal a truck. We are gonna steal a truck, and then we need to concentrate on trying getting 2 army uniforms, which, unbelievably, is something that we maybe can think about doing. I also want to set up a hideout. How can I not set up a hideout? Talk to the Christian community. What? I did talk to the Christian community. I did indeed talk to the Christian community. Where did the Christian community go? I mean, we can buy intel. That would be good. That would be good. I mean, we gotta bust Frida out, but I was kind of banking on having a hideout set up. Yeah, that's a big loss, actually. Delivery for the Secret Service. We just gain some intel. Right. I mean, that's definitely something that we can do. Should we try and bust Frida out now? I think that's fine. Yeah, we do that. I think that's a good combo. So let's get those two to go and get what needs to be done. Make the records disappear of... I mean, well, nobody really needs their records to disappear right at this moment in time. I think, to be honest, we need to just get the books spread out. I mean, this is a wholeheartedly terrible, terrible, terrible mission to be doing, but I'm going to give it a shot, and we're just going to try. You know, I did say that I wanted to be a little bit more bold, a little bit more aggressive. Enforce. There we go. Brilliant. Yeah, we do get spotted, but, I mean, that kind of is what it is. Enforce. Police are leaving. There we go. Fantastic. Right. Noise of the air raid sirens wakes me up. It's pitch black outside. I can hear hurried footsteps rushing down the stairs. Follow the white arrows along the staircase pointing to the air raid shelter. Run as fast as I can. 2 teenagers left their building, are standing in front of the fire door. Finally, Freimüller, it was high time. We were about to shut the door. Just let me in. And writes my name on a list and opens the door. The boys follow me in. Number of people from our building. I recognize Klaus's mother and his sister Elizabeth, as well as another person. A friendly elderly couple that lives on the ground floor. Take a seat. Good evening, I say as I take a seat next to Anne. Klaus and Herman close and lock the fire door. We're in charge of this shelter. If anyone is missing, raise a hand. I think we're all here. Good. Stands next to him and makes a serious face. What's the situation? Expecting a British bomber squadron, medium-sized, in the next half hour. Nothing will happen. Our air defense will take them down. They'll never reach Berlin. What makes you so sure? Big man said so in his last speech. From today forward, not a single enemy plane will reach Berlin. That's what he said. If you're so sure about that, why are you even in this shelter? Comments Mrs. Obst from the corner. Are you questioning the big man? Calm her down. I'm sure Mrs. Obst is just as fond of the big man as anyone here. Since when were you trained air raid helpers? I asked the boys. 2 years now. I've been in training since May. Congratulations. That must make you proud. A loud bang interrupts all conversation. The room shakes and the light goes off. We were hit. We were not hit. That was close, but not our building. Look around. I try to look around, but with the lights off, it's pitch black in here. Elizabeth is crying. It's all right. It's all right. Everything is going to be fine. A woman's voice tries to comfort them. Move towards the crying child. Is everything all right? Is anyone injured? Could someone find a light? A match is lit. I see concerned faces. Then it gets brighter. Klaus holds up the Hindenburg light. We weren't hit, but it was close. Probably somewhere in our street. How do you know that? There was no debris, and the shaking wasn't severe enough, says Herman. His face is buried in her chest. Can I help you, Mrs. Obst? He can't stand the dark. He will be fine in just a bit. Just give him time. What kind of a man is this? Crying like a child? What kind of example does this set for our young people? Please calm down. I mean, really, what is this? Look at those boys, she points out. They're children, yet they show more courage than you. Cowardly intellectuals. What can you expect? Says Hildegard. Will you shut up? Something flies through the room and hits Hildegard on the head. What was that? Look for Hildegard in the dark. Mrs. Obst is holding another can in her hand. One more word from you, you stupid cow, and you'll get this one too. Let her talk. My husband served in the last great war you fools started. He brought this back from the front with him. What he left there was in his soul, says Mrs. Obst. Listen to her. So don't you tell me anything about courage, no plane can make it to Berlin, or I swear to the Almighty, you won't make it out of this shelter alive. Stay out of it. Loud impact of another explosion shakes the bunker. This one was even closer, says Anne. Yes, but still not our building. How can you tell? Hello? Would you let us in, please? The bombers are incoming. Who is that, says Anne. I think I know. Who do you think it is? My guess is that it's Mr. Gutman. Klaus walks up to the door, but Herman stops him. Hands off, I'll do it. He shoves the younger boy aside. Who is there? There might be another bomb dropping at any moment. Yeah, this is Louis Gutman and Paula and Elias. Please let us in. It's really dangerous outside. The building down the road was hit, and the fire is spreading. Let them in, says Anne. Don't you hear what they're saying? They're our neighbors, for God's sake. Please open the door, boys. This is a family that needs shelter. If you don't open the door right away, I'll make you do it. I'm in charge of this bunker. It's my duty to stick to the rules, and the rules say the bunker is for Aryans only. Go away. He says the last words loud, making sure the Gutmans can hear him outside the door. Grab him and force him to open the door. He fights me off. Stop it. My son is in charge here, and he's absolutely right. Jews are not allowed in the shelter. What are you doing is illegal. I will report you. Report me all you want, but let the family in. Something flies through the air and hits the wall close to Herman's chest. I turn around to see Mrs. Obst ready with the can. The next one will hit you in the head. I'm really good at this. You hear what she said, Herman. Now, would someone please open that door? I could open it. No. You go. Her son stutters. What, me? They're Jews. They're not supposed to... Really, I could open it. Anne grabs her son. You open that door now. Klaus slowly opens the bunker door, his eyes downcast. Look at the door. Father, mother, and son Gutman enter the bunker. Thank you. We know we're not allowed in here, but we're terribly scared. It looked like the fire would reach our building. And Elias, he couldn't breathe because of the smoke. How are you, Elias? He's much better now. Thank you for letting us in. I'm sure the decision wasn't easy. And I know what you're risking right now. I wouldn't have asked. Don't worry. You are human beings. So are we. Well, some of us at least. So of course, we'll let you in. We spend the rest of the evening in silence. There are no further attacks. Soon enough, we hear the all-clear signal. The Gutmans are the first to leave the bunker. Leave the bunker. Hildegard stops me in the corridor and says, what happens here tonight was an outrage. Normally, I'd turn you all in. All of you. She looks at Anne and Klaus, who are looking away. Why should you do that? Because what you did was against the law. But since we're neighbors and we've known each other for such a long time, I'll look past it. Nod. But this was the first and last time. If I see any of you helping a Jew again, I will turn you in. You know where I work. You know who I know. Don't try me. Come on now, Herman. I turn to Anne. Do you think she's serious? She means it, but she won't turn us in. That would make her own son look bad. After all, he was in charge of the bunker, and he was overthrown by an old woman. We laugh, even though there is nothing funny about it. End of scene. Oh, no, come on. I just freed Frida. Oh, goodness gracious me. All right, well, it turns out, risking everything. Do you have family in Russia? We're here for you. End of scene. There we go. Turns out I'm on an absolute campaign to try and get as many people as arrested as possible. I don't know how I'm managing to do it, but it is a monstrous accomplishment. I still don't understand where the Christian community went. That's a real bummer. A real problem, in fact. A real problem. I mean, I can steal a truck. I could, in fact, steal a truck. But, I mean, everyone needs to just chill out a little bit, I think. Make records disappear. I think we need to make records disappear of you, and you. Yeah, I mean, we gotta do it, right? We gotta do it. We gotta do it. We gotta make records disappear of those 3 people. And then next time we can go and save Siegfried. Sure. Buy medicine? What does medicine actually... What does medicine actually do? I don't know, and I'm not entirely convinced that it's an entirely necessary exercise. Yeah, okay, so that's a pretty much a bust. I mean, that's not super terrible. Buy more paper if indeed we want to. That'll allow us to steal a uniform. Okay, let's go and do that. Sure. Yeah, nice. So at least, even though, you know, little bit of a useless turn, but that's fine. Okay. Do I have an office job? I didn't even know that I have an office job. Go to the office. Thank you for coming so quickly. Please take a seat. Mrs. Mueller, how long have you been working for us? 8 years. I'm sure you're wondering why I called you in here. Our great fatherland is at war. We are finally fighting our arch enemies, the Bolsheviks. This sounds like a tricky topic. Did you listen to the big man's speech last week? This is getting even trickier. Of course I didn't listen to it. I really wanted to, but couldn't. Too bad. You should plan ahead next time. As the big man explained in his great speech, we have reached the Endkampf. The German people have arrived at their destiny, and now it is time to fulfill it. Providence has sent us a big man to lead us to our destiny. The fight against the Bolsheviks, the Jews, and the subhumans is our destiny, and we need to fulfill it. And this is why you called me in? Well, we all have to make sacrifices in order to help fulfill this glorious destiny. All of us. Even the big man is making sacrifices, as he said in his speech. What is your sacrifice? I've led this company for more than 25 years now. I've been here every single day, never sick, not one day. That's my sacrifice. I'm also dedicated to my work, as you know. Sure. I know you've been doing a good job, Miss Mueller. No question about that. And I wouldn't ask you for a sacrifice if it wasn't absolutely necessary. And for the greater good, for our German destiny. What is it that you want me to do? We need to cut your wage by 20%. What? Why? The books are balanced. The company's doing fine. Situation right now might look good, but as the big man said, we need to plan ahead for a wartime full of privation. I'm afraid there is no other solution. But this is not right. Think of the big man's words. Everyone has to contribute. I nod and leave. With this wage cut, there will be difficult times ahead, and I can't shake the feeling that all this talk about Germany's destiny is simply an opportunity for my boss to increase his profits. The police released Siegfried since they couldn't find any evidence. What the heck? Okay, I mean, that saves me an entire turn of nonsense and shenanigans. Hopefully, Hopefully we're able to, yeah, clear our backs. Wilhelm, shorter because the Allies are so powerful? Not exactly. Big man keeps attacking all possible directions. Now he's invading Russia. Can the victories last? I hope you're right. There we go. Okay. Right. Oh my goodness, look at this. It's basically like the whole level has started again. We've got no heat on anyone, which is absolutely wonderful. I'm delighted. We can buy intel, if indeed we want to. We've got more than enough money to do that. We've got the opportunity to steal a truck. I'm very interested in doing that, for sure. Spread leaflets. We need to spread leaflets. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to print leaflets. We need to print leaflets to the tune of 3. So we definitely need 3 leaflets, at least. Right? So let's get those dudes doing that. Let's see if it's entirely possible to make this happen. Yeah, you know what? I think I actually will straight up just do that. Yeah, let's steal a truck. Let's flip and steal a truck. I don't know if this is going to make missions just a heck of a lot easier or a heck of a lot harder, but I'm committed to stealing a truck. Let's do it. Okay, 20 marks. That is pretty darn decent. I am super excited that we're going to be getting a couple more leaflets. How can you be seen? How can you be seen? Yeah, we're going to have to enforce. Absolutely. It's just a suspicious individual. Everything went according to plan, and we have a truck now. Holy cow. Very excited. He smiles. Do you remember how the Secret Service contacted us? They have a task for us. Of course we're interested. They want us to deliver correspondence to a few places in Berlin. Do you know what it's about? We will do it. Well, we can certainly give it a shot. And that's the end of the scene. Thank goodness. Okay. They need our help. Where do we do it? Buy intel, spread leaflets. We don't need to do any of that stuff over there. We need to spread leaflets. Yeah, where's the Secret Service thing? I want to do this as well. Red herrings. No, have a party. Find a shelter. Oh, we can... Okay, there are three uniforms on the board, by the way, right now. And I think we want to try and do... I guess we can try and do safe passage. Because we got the truck. Hopefully the truck's going to make things a heck of a lot easier. Where is the... Where is the mission? Where is the... Help the Brits mission? Do I even have the opportunity to do it? I thought I did. Maybe I just straight up don't. Okay. Well, spreading leaflets, that seems like a pretty important thing to do. Julianne, you need to take a little bit of a chill pill. Right, you can go and spread some leaflets. Brilliant. And somebody, we need to observe the bad guys. Okay, so a truck does sort of change the outlook a little bit. Let's do that, and then let's... I don't have the marks, unfortunately, to go into hiding proper. But Julianne, you'll have to just sort of chill out for a little bit. Okay, we'll do what we got to do. But we're getting close. We're getting close to being able to steal 3 uniforms, so that's really, really nice. Yep, brilliant. That was pretty easy. We get our truck back as well. Yep. As suspected. Much safer than before. Complains that you can't sleep. Alright, cool. Cool. Yeah, still no sign of the British thingamabobber. Let's observe army activities over here. Yeah, you're pretty good. You are pretty darn good. We need to up our secrecy, actually, on a good couple of people. Let's observe over there. We can now steal an army uniform, which is very, very nice. Unfortunately, the enemy have become active in this area, which is a little bit irritating, but, I mean, it is what it is, right? Let's have a little look. See if we can steal the uniform. We're going to deploy the truck. okay. I mean, who's the real troublemaker here? Is it Julianne? Frida's a bit of a troublemaker, to be honest. You're pretty bad. You don't really have what it takes here. You're the best. You're not bad. Yeah, secrecy, as it turns out, in a time of war and in a time of resistance, is actually pretty important. There we go. Sure. Let's give this a shot. Let's see if it works. And we can go and get you to go and collect donations. Oh, brilliant. How much is that going to give us? Between 18 and 30? Although, I could actually meet you. Yeah, let's do that. And that will allow me to destroy some symbols, which would itself be quite good. Right, we've got a massive collection of supporters, which is absolutely delightful. Panic. Enforce. You're going to chill out. Panic attack is over. And we get our uniform. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Somebody might get locked up for that. But, I mean, look. If it happens, it happens. We gotta take everything with a stride in our step. Gives us free access to an factory or an industrial area. Perfect. I have to admit, as a citizen, I feel conflicted about this war. It's simply wrong. Which is why it's so wrong. We can never wish victory for the big man. Indeed, we cannot. Right, we've got the opportunity to steal another uniform, which is very, very nice indeed. We need 3 leaflets. We need 3 flippin' leaflets. Right, your secrecy value needs to go up. Yeah, your secrecy value needs to go up, because, I mean, it's just garbage at the moment. Collect for donations. How many leaflets do I have? Stack of leaflets, 2. I've got 2 flippin' leaflets. Okay. We need to buy paint, inverted commas. And by that, I mean we need to buy some more paper in order to turn it into leaflets, in order to get to here, in order to get to there, in order to get to there. Steal a uniform. Yeah, let's try and steal a uniform. I think this is probably a pretty good combo. Let's get a truck. That's going to change our odds a little bit. Let's do it. I like it. That leaves us with 2 people free. 2 people free to collect donations, maybe? Help organizing a strike. Leaflets. We just need more leaflets. Leaflets, leaflets, leaflets. We're all about the leaflets. Okay, let's get you. Sure. Yeah, let's give that a shot. It's going to get us a bit of money, and we do need a little bit of money because at the moment we are pretty poor. Pretty poor. Sure. You can go out as well. I don't love doing that. Wilhelm, you can, you know, collect a little bit of extra money, but might not go as well as I hoped. Hide. Right. Cool. Oh, brilliant. Okay, second uniform. I completely forgot to deploy the uniform in the first instance. Enforce. Let's do it, whatever it takes. That's right. I'm after those 18 marks. 29 marks. Oh, wow. That was brilliant. Right. Let's go and buy paper. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Sky is grey as I walk down the Palace de la Concorde. It's been 5 years since my last visit to Paris. 5 eventful years in which the face of Europe was deeply scarred. One sign of change is visible from afar. Giant flags on the facade of the Hotel Le Maurice. Are we in Paris? How did we get to Paris? Continue to the meeting point. All this walking has made me hungry. I wonder if they will have food or if I should get something along the way. Hurry to the meeting point. All right. The German soldiers look like they fit in. Go to the meeting point. This must be the place. Knock on the door. Small window opens. Something in French. You are expecting me. Come in quickly. Enter. Lead me through winding corridors. Empty shelves on the walls look like they've previously been used to store something. There's a printing machine similar to the one we have in Berlin and an open crate filled with sawdust and rifles. Who are you? Falk sent me. I'm here to meet someone called Fritz. George, it's for you. I met this man 5 years ago. I have no idea who you are. You were a British journalist we met here in Paris. Oh, I do know who you are. I remember seeing you very briefly. Oh, right. You're a friend of Claire's and of those communists, Anne and Richard, weren't you? Poor Richard. Foreseeable, but still very sad. We have seen better times. So you're here to meet Fritz? I was hoping to meet someone called Fritz, yes. He's in Paris, but not here. He would be insane to be seen with the resistance, but Claire can bring you to him. I know her. It's Claire. Good to see you, Claire. We've met Fritz in the bar. The German's like, we can get there underground. Just follow me. Sure, let's go. Seems like all the cellars of Paris are connected by a maze of tunnels. How's life when you're under occupation? It's bad. It's bad. Compared to the East, you seem to be doing fine. Germans have arrested thousands. I'm sorry. This is it. We enter a small bar. Look around. Your meeting is in there. See you later. Enter through the door. A man wearing a German officer's uniform sits at one side and gestures for me to take a seat. Wait for the man to start talking. I've heard about you and your group. What you are doing is important right now, but people like you might become even more important in the future. In the future, fighting the regime is important right now, but there will be a time after the bad guys. A new Germany, once the big man and his posse of criminals are gone. What will this Germany look like? What I mean is, who will govern it? How will it be governed? These are important questions. Are you sure those are the most important questions right now? At this moment, big man's troops form a line from Leningrad to Madrid. But what seems like strength will become their weakness. How do you know? Trust me, I know. In my position, I have to know. I look at the insignia on his uniform and wonder what this man might have been in the Reich. The troops are scattered too far apart. Germany was better armed than the rest of the world expected. But at the end of the day, it's still only a mid-sized country. Okay. What about everyone else? Megalomaniacs. Just like him, they won't save the day either. Italy's dream of the Mediterranean as Mare Nostrum. Oh, come on. Keep listening. We've already seen the peak of Germany's power. From now on, things can only go downhill. But there's still a problem. He takes a sip from his glass. If we want to stop the bad guys from the inside, we need the help of the military. There's no way around a coup, but most generals are still loyal to the big man, even though they can see that he's leading this country into a catastrophe. What's wrong with these people? Misplaced loyalty, opportunism, blah, blah, blah. But they've benefited richly from the regime. Of course they have. We do need them, though. That being said, most of them are no Democrats. They'd rather have a dictatorship than something like Weimar again. Weimar? Weimar? What do you want? I want the bad guys gone, and I don't want them to be replaced by another autocrat. Cool. Brilliant. Very happy with that. So in our circle, we'd like to collaborate with your group, but you need to stay away from the Soviets. What can I do to help? At the moment, not much. Continue your work. Things might change. With that, Fritz stands up, shakes my hand. Thank you for coming all this way. You will hear from us. How was the meeting? Good, I think. Travel back. How did I get to Paris? I mean, I don't know how that worked. I don't know how that worked at all. Why don't they just stop him? Why don't they just stop him, lol? Right. We never see private cars anymore. The trains are still running, of course, but far fewer automobiles. It's fuel rationing. We're all feeling the effects of the war. Even the drivers. End of scene. Right. Okay. There's 3 turns to meet with the circle. That's going to take 3 intel. I mean, I don't have any intel at the moment, do I? I don't have any intel. I mean, I can buy intel. That would be nice. I want to get this flipping uniform, though. I'm sick and tired of not getting a uniform. I really want to get this uniform. I need to do it. I need to flip and do it. For my own sanity. Right. Let's observe some activities. Secrecy and education. I mean, I could have really optimized better, couldn't I? And a truck. There we go. Look at that. That is a a successful mission just waiting to happen, if I do say so myself. And now I can't buy intel. Oh, because I don't have enough money. Right, well, I mean, that is what it is. I don't need to spread leaflets, though, do I? No, I don't need to spread leaflets anymore. We've already made our leaflets. That's all done. Fine. We do need a few more leaflets in order to make that just sort of work. Help organizing a strike. Will that accomplish anything? Not really. We can buy some paper. If we buy some paper, that'll help a little bit. Brilliant. Let's buy some paper, and then I can buy intel over there. Or we could have bought intel over there. If indeed I was able to get a little bit more money. It's going to be risky. Yeah, sure. Whatever. If you get arrested, it's not the end of the world. Let's see what happens. This is the important one. If we need to enforce this, I will, but yeah, we didn't have to. That was... I threw everything into that, actually. Right. Paper. Brilliant. 4 paper. That's a little bit better than I expected, but, you know, not too bad. I saw the one about the Olympics. The film Olympia, you saw it. That's the one. Can we separate the artist from their creation? I don't know. That's a question that we're still grappling with today. Right, what have we unlocked? We've unlocked a bunch of stuff. Set up a hideout. Buy intel. Okay, I can buy loads of intel. I can also steal this uniform. I need to steal the uniform right now in order to get this. I really want to use it. All members will be required for the event. I think we gotta do it. We gotta do it. It's getting hot. How much money do we have? 38 marks. How much is it gonna cost to do this? Not much, actually. Tell you what. Oh, I can't. I forgot. I can't use the. Can't use the flipping thing. Yeah, you know what? We'll do that. We'll give that a shot, sure. And then we'll try and fundraise as much as we possibly can over the course of this turn. Yeah, can I fundraise a little bit more? Yeah, let's do that. I mean, we might as well deploy 2 army uniforms because, I mean, we've got them spare, right? But we are actually flipping gonna do it. Print leaflets. Ooh, you could print the leaflets. I do actually kind of want you to print the leaflets. Sure, you know what? If you end up getting arrested, I'll just make sure that I hide you. If indeed it means... If indeed I need to in order to keep you safe. Because otherwise you're gonna get locked up, most probably. And I don't really want that to happen. Enforce, we're not hiding. Let's do whatever it takes. Brilliant. 37 marks. Don't mind if I do. Let's get this army uniform. Oh, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. That's our 3rd army uniform. That is brilliant. Actually, let's just enforce. Let's just do it. Witness leaves. Alright, that was not great. That was not great. That was probably pretty bad, and we might end up getting arrested. He's angry. Are you angry about something? Calm down. Let's all remain calm, shall we? I have no idea what's happening. I just hope that nobody leaves. I mean, we're too deep in here. We're too deep in here. Right. We can do safe passage. We can do safe passage. I actually am flipping excited to do it. I think that is going to be brilliant. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to meet with the circle. There's just literally no way that we're going to be able to do this. We don't have intel. We've been optimizing for other stuff. I mean, we can buy intel. We can buy... I mean, I think if we've got 70 marks... Yeah, we do have more than 70 marks. We could buy 2 bits of intel over the course of this turn. Let's upgrade your secrecy. Sure. Again, it's like we can optimize. We can optimize for... Sure. Let's give that a shot. We'll buy intel. We'll buy 2 bits of intel. Buy 2 bits of intel. It's a lot of finance stuff that's happening, but that's okay. And those 2 guys will go there. Yeah, so we're not going to be able to meet with the Circle. We're not going to be able to supply them with intel, but that's because I've been working my backside off to try and make sure that we get the one of these end game missions done. That's my priority. I'm not losing a flippin' army uniform for this. Whoa, we get 3 intel? I mean, that was unexpected. Attacked. Enforce. Let's do it. Let's fight. Mission has been aborted. What? She was killed? Oh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alright, so it turns out enforcing each and every time ain't the greatest plan that I've ever had. We did come out of it with 3 intel though, so I mean that's pretty good, I guess. That's pretty good. Voice of Freedom. We need 3 intel in order three advanced intel in order to get that. 3 critical intel, if you'd like. Safe passage. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna flip and do it. We just gotta do it. I'm really sorry that Frida ended up dying. I mean, it's a terrible shame. She was really good, but I mean, look, we gotta give this a shot. We gotta give this a shot. I'm throwing absolutely everything that we've got at this. This is the right thing to do, without a shadow of a doubt. That must be Mark. Hello there. Good you're here. Our contact from the Jewish orphanage. He holds his hat down with both hands to prevent it from being blown away in the ice-cold wind. Quite the weather tonight. What's next? Prepare the truck. We gotta get going as soon as we possibly can. We have no time, really. I'm really sorry. It's just, could you give us a bucket, please? If one of us has to, you know, go. Absolutely right. Mark disappears. He comes back with a bucket. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm happy to help. Okay. Brilliant. It's a tough choice. Sending them away is the right thing to do. Absolutely no shadow of a doubt. Get in the truck and let's go. Start driving through the night. We drive the truck through the night, leaving the sleeping Berlin behind us, heading north. When will we arrive? Not before sunrise. Get some sleep. I will wake you. Get some sleep. Dream. We arrive at the tiny checkpoint. Stops the window. Show me your papers. Try to chat while handing them the papers. Give the papers to Peter and stay back. Everything alright? Guard looks once more into the driver's cab, then nods. We continue our journey. Brilliant. You can see a small seaboat is bobbing in the water. This must be it. Once they're all on board, the boat departs. Where are they going? Sweden. Someone is taking them in there. I'm glad we could help, says Peter. There are so many more. There we go. Brilliant. We did it. Plus 30 supporters. Oh, that is wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. And I get an achievement as well. I feel like everything I do in this game gets me an achievement. Brilliant. I have to tell you something. My neighbor's a married couple. I had a decent relationship with them before. I know for a fact they couldn't have children. Then I saw them yesterday with a small girl. And she spoke Russian. What does that mean? Adopted from Russia? Healthy children from Russian families and sending them to Germany. They gave her a new name, Helga. That is pretty bad. I don't like that. That's pretty horrible. That's pretty horrible, as it turns out. Man, oh man, oh man, we did that. Okay, does that presumably mean that we've got... Yeah, we've lost all of our uniforms. But look, that is totally the right thing to do. I'm super chuffed that we ended up actually finally completing an end game sort of mission. That is brilliant. Right, let's try and get you upgraded. Sure, let's improve your secrecy. Secrecy is just like far and away the most important skill that I think anyone can possess. Yeah. Okay, we got 130 supporters. That is pretty darn good. I think we can destroy the enemy symbols. I think that would be something cool to do. Maybe we should have considered doing it before we lost all of our uniforms. However, oh, look at that. 37 marks. That's not bad at all. Right. Let's pick somebody up. Who have we got? Somebody with the highest secrecy skill. I mean, I feel like you're the best all-rounder, aren't you? Yeah, sure. I mean, Frida, she'll be hard to replace. Gotta be real. Shot at. Let's do whatever it takes. The fire's been ceased. Lovely. Oh, you've been injured. Okay, so I guess that's why we have the opportunity to buy medicine, right? Can't contain himself? Are you the guy that was shot? Yeah, you are the guy that was shot. You can't contain yourself. I mean, that's a bit of a shame. I share your frustration, but I think really that it's a bit of a shame that you are... a bit of a shame that you're injured there, my dude. Where did the... Do we not have the option? Do we not have the money? We don't have the money! How do we not have the money? I thought we would totally have the money. Can I call on my contacts to give me... Grants us a generous donation? There we go. Brilliant. We got a generous donation, which is exactly what I'm interested in. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That's exactly what I was interested in. Right. Destroy the enemy symbols. I'm going to take a club with me. Nope. I mean, you are pretty garbage right now, aren't you? Yeah. Who actually does the most? I mean, it's literally secrecy and weightlifting that matters, so... Yeah, you know what? Let's give that a shot. It's not worth doing it. Right, let's destroy the symbols. That's going to be nice. And we will be able to document war crimes after that. However, I think that it will be just a smidgen too late, unfortunately. However, I can still hold my head high knowing that we smuggled some Jewish kids out of the country. Oh, we can enforce. Does that waste our club? Whoever's got the suspicion calms down. Did we not beat them senseless? Have you heard? Heard what? They took the Gutmans. Our street is free of Jews now. Finally, I wonder why it took them so long. Who took them? The Gestapo. Alright, that's not good. You see it happening? Do you think Herman and I can move into their apartment now, or is it reserved for someone? The Gutman's apartment is bigger. Herman would love to have his own room. He's at an age now where he doesn't want to sleep in the same room with his mother. Is this all you care about right now? They'll be resettled in the east where they belong. Each race should live... Okay, alright, this is... I'm just gonna say nothing. This is... I gotta go. This is not an environment in which I'm happy to continue existing in. 2 trucks parked in front of it. A group of men wearing SS uniforms are standing at the entrance. Watch the scene from where I am. And keep watching. Trucks are crammed with people, but soldiers are still forcing more to get in. Once no one is exiting the building anymore, the trucks leave. Everyone's crammed inside. That's not great. In fact, I would describe that as pretty darn terrible. Observe what's happening. Keep watching. Look for the Gutmans. Prisoners start moving down the street. Look for an opportunity to approach the prisoners. I feel like this is not giving me much choice. I would very much like to not get involved with this. This is not good. Call them. Louis recognizes me. He comes over and speaks so quietly that I can barely hear him. What are you doing here? I wanted to see if I can help you. And? Can you? I'm sorry. Thank you for coming here. I appreciate it. But as you can see, we're fine. We're just walking to a train which will bring us to our new homes. Where are they taking us? East. There are places for us to live. Well, I mean, the undertones are... the unspoken words are absolutely there. We all know what's in the east, and it's too horrific to even talk about. I don't know what to say. Whew. Go home. No such thing as new homes in the east. I know it. Louis knew it, and the SS guard who threatened to send me on that train knew it too. I will never see Louis, Paula, and Elias again. Oh boy. Your group has recruited and retained enough supporters that it can persist during the darkest of times. End of chapter 3.
Like the Gutmanns, thousands of Jews were deported to the east. Trains departed daily. We didn't know for sure what happened to them, but the rumors we heard were terrible. Little did we know that the truth was so much worse. After a series of German victories, the Allies began to fight back. German cities were regularly attacked and destroyed by Allied bombers. In the winter of 1942, the Wehrmacht lost more than 300,000 soldiers at Stalingrad. The majority were killed, not just by bullets, but by cold and hunger too. The rest were captured. Many of us thought that the war was now over. But it wasn't over. Even though the Wehrmacht had been on retreat for 2 full years, the regime had not given up. On the contrary, the weaker they were, the more aggressive and ruthless they became.
And there we go. We are into chapter 4, which is the 4th and final chapter, and I think will chronicle the end of the regime. We're in 1944. We won't stop resisting. We mustn't. One final push and the horrors will be over. Well, there we go. There we go. But I need the help, says Julius. Frederick, we've run out of coal. Our apartment is freezing. Give 10 of 50 marks. Give 10 of 50 marks. Sure. Why not, buddy? Why not? We're all in this together. Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was the most morbid and depressing episode that we have thus yet played through. And probably one of the most horrific times that I've had with a video game, actually. Chronicling literally the darkest of times, potentially in human history. So I think I need to just sort of take a little bit of a chill out and try and regain some of my some of my happiness, perhaps. But we're gonna bring this episode to a close. Thank you all so much for watching. My name, of course, has been Over Potato. This has been Through the Darkest of Times. I hope you'll tune in for the next and final episode. I'll see you then. Bye.